Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm sharing a new travel journal setup. This particular setup is designed for a backpack long duration trip. So every time I travel with a backpack, it raises the conflict of do I take my travel journal or not? But I am very committed to live all my traveling experiences with my writing space, because I don't want to risk having any of my memorable moments or anything that I learned about the country I'm visiting and fading away from my brain if I don't log it in my journal in relatively short period of time. So this setup is designed in a way to make it as functional and also as optimized in storage, because in your backpack every inch counts in terms of space and weight. So it's two sections. The first one is your writing space, the travel journal itself. And I have 3 tips for that section. Tip number 1 is dedicate one entire blank insert for that specific trip, because with long duration means more days, you probably need more pages, and you don't want to risk running out of pages, and there is absolutely no space to carry a backup insert. So dedicate one entire blank insert for that purpose, for this particular trip. Tip number 2 is try, if you want, to pre-decorate your insert. If you want to do that, I did this for the very first few pages, but I left most of it blank. And I'm saying this because I cannot afford to take any decorative items or traveling ephemera or stickers. So the way I'm gonna do this journaling in this trip is I got inspired from that Travelers Times newsletter that comes from Travelers Company when you purchase some of their products. And they do share spreads from the global journaling community for the purpose of inspiration. I noticed that most of the spreads they are sharing are about writing and sketching, best described as just a freestyle. Even in the second page here, where they share more examples. And I'm not saying you will not add pictures or a map or any items you collect from your trip, but that can be done along the trip or after you come back home. You will have plenty of time to complete the decorative process. But during the trip, to make it as optimized as possible, you will probably count on writing and sketching. And I do see that most of the examples they share follow that freestyle. If you're not a big fan of your handwriting, or maybe you think that your sketches are too basic or too clumsy, absolutely not. Your handwriting is very valuable and your sketches are very valuable for the simple fact that you made it with your own hand. So handmade travel journal is the best way to go. Tip number 3 is your travel calendar, which is basically your travel schedule, and that's part of your traveling experience. Now, if you're using a bullet journal, or maybe like me, you have your monthly insert, which was part of my 2022 planner setup, this is where I log all my appointments, my events, time, and everything. I definitely don't want to carry this entire insert just for the sake of accessing the duration of my specific trip. It will also add significant weight to your journal. So the best way to go is to create in your travel journal a specific calendar for that trip duration. And I recommend to make it a classic calendar, easy to read, start from Monday. Even if you're traveling on a Friday, that's fine. You can have some extra space for writing the year. And double check at least twice the correct dates, because the last thing you want is an incorrect calendar. All you need to add in your calendar as travel journal is the name of your destination, which is basically the event you're attending or the city you're about to visit, and the timing it starts. That's all. Any further details about that specific event will come along the journal. This will help you to have an easy functional access to your schedule and plan ahead of time when is your next destination. So those were the tips regarding the insert or your writing space as a travel journal. The second part is the travel wallet. So that's an additional functional reason to justify why I'm carrying the regular size traveler's notebook with me in my backpack. So if I start from the middle, I have the craft folder. So I realized that I need a travel wallet because I do carry with me travel documents in hard copy as well. So if you have travel documents such as hotel bookings, car rental, flights, you want to have a hard copy of all this, and you best place to place it in your journal is in this craft folder. If you have this clear folder, it's nice to have them all wrapped together in one place, but if you don't, it's perfectly fine to put them directly in your craft folder and secure them with a clip. Now, why do I take a hard copy booking details? Because as a regular traveler, and I'm not sure if this is just me, I had my share of lost phones. I multiple times ran out of battery. I've been to sites and facilities where the scanners or basically the electronic system is down. And I realized that it's very useful to have a physical evidence with all my booking details. So this also can be a good place to keep your boarding passes. On the other side of that craft folder, I keep the writing board. Specifically for the backpack setup, travel journal setup, this item is not luxury. It's quite useful actually, because number one, it helps you to stabilize your insert. Put it under the page. It will keep your page still. You can, and even better if you extra secure it with a clip. And now if you're using, like in this example, paper cream, you will benefit from the option of see-through the grids, and this will help you to keep your paragraphs aligned, and will also help you to shape and form any of your sketches. So this is a very useful item to keep in your backpack travel journal setup. And the second part of my wallet is basically this zipper pouch. If you've seen my setup videos before, you will notice I use it frequently. I like to have one place in my journal where it's perfectly secured if I want to keep some change, maybe some coins, anything that I don't want to risk falling out of my journal. On the other side of that pouch, it's it gives you like a diverse type of storage. So you have 3 card slots here. I usually keep this either blank for things I will collect during the trip, or I keep items relevant to the trip, such as business cards, maybe for your travel agency or so. An additional pocket here is also designed for things you will probably collect during your trip. The only travel document that is not available in my journal is my passport pouch, and for this I keep the passports in this leather pouch. It takes up to 2 passports, and it's quite useful. It can also take vaccination cards if you have any, and a small pen. I keep this in my personal purse for security and accessibility. Anything else as far as travel documents concerned, I keep it in my travel journal. For your writing kit, the most simple basic thing you need is a pencil, maybe with an eraser, but even more important, a fine liner. I recommend Micron 03. It's good for writing and sketching as well. You can always color your sketch when you come back, but this is enough to have a basic, to log your experience while traveling. If you want to take this to another level, you can choose the smallest pouch you have, and at this point you can enjoy some extras such as maybe a glue stick, or maybe your travel size scissors, an extra eraser, or maybe some colors if you want to do that, but make sure it's really small. But really and truly, those 2 will do it, and you can attach this to the journal itself. So no need to even carry any pouches or stationery. So I'm very eager to hear your experience with the backpack travel journal, what worked for you and what didn't. If you have additional tips for how to make this even more functional and more optimized, please feel free to share it. I would like to hear your experience on that. And thank you for watching, and happy journaling.